Good evening. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome to day 15 of our 40-day meditation challenge. It's February 15th, and it's Family Day here in Ottawa, Ontario. Happy Family Day if you're celebrating. But even if it's not Family Day where you are, it's every day is a perfect day to celebrate love. To keep giving and sharing. So today our focus is the meditation challenge. We all accepted to practice meditation for at least 5 minutes every single day. And we stick to 9 p.m. in the evening so that we create this habit of doing something consistently at the same time. And we create the space for ourselves. And the period of time is not that long. It's but at the same time, it is a great amount of time to build that habit of doing the same thing over and over again and again and again. Because on day 2, we're a little bit more skilled than day 1 because we build that skill, and it gets easier and easier the more we practice. And with consistency and lots of patience, things you just start experiencing something deep within inside of you, and you'll see how much it's really worth this, how much this practice is really worth being practiced regularly. It is indeed a powerful practice. And you may wonder, why do we focus on the breath? Why the breath? Many reasons. And one of the reasons is what we do is from moment to moment, we observe the breath and we learn how to detach from the mind, from all those thoughts. So there is a thought, we detach and we come back to the breath, back to this present moment. Another thought arises, we become aware, again, we detach and we come back to this moment. Another thought arises and we come back. And next time, instead of, let's say, 1 or 2 consecutive breaths, we'll be able to stay focused on 3 consecutive breaths. And then it will be easier, and we can be able to stay focused on 4 consecutive breaths. And this is actually a very powerful technique. And I'm going to share a real life example. And it's how by shifting the attention from the mind to the breath, to what's happening here, we realize that there is really no, not a real threat, not a real, we can just calm ourselves down. And I'm going to give the example. Years ago, I was teaching math, and all of a sudden at that time, I was still experiencing panic attacks. And I was teaching my lesson. For a moment, I doubted myself. And what happened is strong emotions from deep within started arising. And what happened is I was so focused on what was happening up here that I completely lost connection with the present moment. And I was just, what's going to happen? What are these students going to tell about me? I was doubting myself and I was not believing in myself. And it just became like a vicious cycle right at that moment, because I practiced before that meditation and just, I had this habit of practicing. So right at that moment, I remembered I have the power. So bringing my attention from up here to the breath. Believe it or not, in less than a minute, in a few seconds, I was just observing, okay, focusing on the breath, 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 breath. All of a sudden, these strong emotions, they're moving up and down, and a lot of thoughts. This agitated mind, it was going like crazy, but I was pulling myself back to the breath, back to the breath. And it just, everything that was feeding those thoughts, it just calmed down. because of that technique, just to bring my attention to the breath, I was able to return back to the moment. And all of a sudden, all of that threat and all of these strong emotions, they just, they were released. They were released. And the thoughts, there was nothing really to feed them anymore. So the ego lost its power. And I was able to return back. And my focus was not on the outside, what's going to happen, what others will think about me. The focus was what's happening inside of me, and stay with that instead of suppressing, ignoring, which is what I had done many times in the past. I kept neglecting it, and the more I was suppressing, a layer after layer of those negative emotions. And even though we sometimes call them negative, even though they're just emotions, and I'm actually very grateful to those emotions. Because of them, I'm the person who I am today. I'm much stronger, I'm much more confident. And those emotions, they help me discover something else about myself. But again, with practice, patience, and coming back to this moment, what's happening inside of me. So that's the idea. When we start detaching from the mind, from the thoughts, and returning back to the breath, we'll be able to observe the reality within ourselves without attaching to anything. So right now, what we're doing is detaching from the mind, coming back to the breath, detaching from the mind, coming back to the breath. At some point, when we start observing those strong emotions, we are going to apply the same technique. Detach from that strong emotion, return back to the breath. Detach from that strong emotion, return back to the breath. And you'll see you'll be able to release everything that you're holding within yourself. And that could be something from your childhood. That could be something that happened last year. There are different situations that arise in life. We all go through different traumas. And yeah, and when I go back and I express gratitude to those moments, because they just help me get to the next level of my growth, my on my path. So practice, and when you do it regularly, it will get easier. And what you're doing is you're opening from within. Once you release those layers of darkness, if you want, you can call them, you're opening, creating the space for that powerful, for the beauty that is within to reveal to you. There's so much love within you. And once you start experiencing, and you will experience, just practice, don't discourage, practice, and you'll see a layer after a layer will dissolve, and you'll feel lighter and happier. And then you'll start experiencing from your chest. It will energize you, it will inspire you, it will uplift you. So it is worth trying. And the main reason why we're not doing it once in a while is because if you would like to get really the full benefit of this practice, we have to do it regularly. And it's the same with every skill. You want to learn how to skate, you go and practice day after day, day after day. Once in a while, what kind of you'll get some benefit, but what are we aiming for? Like, do we really want to discover who we are? Then we have to put in the effort. We have to do the work consistently, patiently, with regular practice. And 40 days is a good period of time to create the space for ourselves and to be here for ourselves. And I said practice in silence, and there is a reason why I said silence, because if there is music, there is nothing wrong with music. I do love music, and I used to, in the past, I also did these kind of meditations, just listening to the sounds of nature. These are all great types of meditation, but for this practice in particular, we want to be able, really in silence, to be able to notice everything, so that there are not other external factors that distract us. Because you'll hear, let's say, a nice song, and then all of a sudden you see yourself on the beach enjoying the sun, and where is your breath? We are we are lost. Well, when we are sitting here, we see what we store inside. Okay, so we see what kind of thoughts we have. Are they judgmental thoughts? Are they thoughts about complaining, about gratitude, whatever, appreciation? And we just observe those and come back, come back, come back, come back. And it's easier when there are no external distractions and factors. And that's why I recommend, but of course the choice is yours, to be in a space where there is it could be just you by yourself sitting quietly for 5 minutes, and that's all we're doing. Breath, 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 breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. We get distracted, we come back. Breath in, breath out. We get distracted, again we return. Breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. Again, we may be lost for a minute or so, we come back. We keep coming back and coming back and coming back. And then we'll explore more. And there are many, many, many meditation techniques. I'm not saying that the rest don't have any benefit, but the type of meditation that I've been practicing every single day for the last 6.5 years, every morning, every evening, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, in silence, and just observing my breath and observing everything that arises within myself, and then noticing what's happening, what's the reality within me, what's happening inside of me. But slowly, step by step, it's just right now, just creating this habit of doing this, and it's for ourselves. Connecting with the breath, 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 breath. And then we'll be able to recognize what the body is trying to tell us, all of the signs that are sent our way. We're just going to sharpen our mind to the point where we notice the different details, different signs that are given to us, with that we sometimes in a rush, we neglect, or we don't even notice. Okay, we'll start with the meditation practice in about 3 minutes. And we'll practice for 5 minutes. After that, if you have any questions, you may write them in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer. And I hope you took some time for yourself this weekend to love yourself, to take care of yourself, and to be kind to yourself. For the last week and a little bit more, I've been enjoying so much winter, and the reason for that is because I made that choice to change a little bit things in my life. And so what I decided to do is to go and learn how to cross-country ski. I did it only once last year, and the last 3 days I've been going outside every single day, and I've been enjoying so much cross-country. And my body is very happy because of all the oxygen that goes in, and now that we cannot dance, and I find it's really good for my heart. It's a really good cardio. And I also go to the ice rink and I skate. So these are a few things that I change in my daily life, and I now start enjoying winter even more. And winter is not anymore as cold. When I stay inside at home and when I look at the temperature, oh, it's really cold. But when I go outside and move a little bit and do some kind of activity, I just feel happy from within. I feel warm, and it's such a great physical exercise, and I'm taking care of myself on different levels. So practicing exercising, taking care of my body, mind, and constant self-observation. And I'm on my path. I'm learning all the time. There are challenges, and I express gratitude for what comes my way. And sometimes it's a little bit hard when we are in the situation, but when we detach and we come back to that moment, then appreciate more and we express gratitude even more for what's happening. So now is the time. It is the moment right now. It's 9 o'clock, so let's sit comfortably. I invite you to close your eyes, keep your back nice and long and straight. If you like to keep your thumb and index finger touching, your palms facing up, and let's close eyes and let's do this together. We're going to deepen the breath at the beginning a little bit just to shift a little bit. It will be easier when we breathe deeply. Inhale and exhale through your nose. Deep inhale, deep exhale through your nose. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Long inhale and long exhale. Another deep breath in and out. Continue breathing naturally and stay focused on your breath. If you get distracted, with kindness, come back to your breath. If it is really hard to stay focused on your breath, deepen your breath and listen to the sound of your breath. And stay focused on your breath. And then continue breathing normally. Remember to stay focused on your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Coming back to the breath. Let's take a breath in together and breath out. One more breath in together and breath out. Palms in front of your heart center. Let's place the thumbs between the eyebrows and repeat mentally, let my thoughts be kind. And send a few kind thoughts to yourself. Place your thumbs closer to your lips and repeat mentally, let my words be kind. And send a few kind words to someone who you love, you care for. And palms closer to your heart. Let my actions be kind and do something kind for someone who is in need whenever there is an opportunity. May all beings be happy, be at peace, be free from fear and negativity. May all beings discover their true nature and create via the heart center. The light in me bows the light in each one of you. Namaste. And welcome back. We did it. 5 minutes just for ourselves. Just for ourselves. Thank you for practicing. Thank you. You're not doing just this for yourself. You're doing it for everyone because we're all connected. And when you're happy, I can feel that as well. We're all energy. We're all coming from the same place. We're all one. So we're contributing to the whole. Thank you for devoting this time to practice and for being here. Now is the time to, if you have any comments, if you'd like to ask a question, you may do so in the chat. I'll be happy to explain. But that's the technique. That's all we're doing. We're just breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. Sounds simple, isn't it? Just breathing. But the mind, this mind that loves running everywhere, past, future, it doesn't want this to stay in this present moment. It wants always looking for something that it doesn't have, always looking for something that is in the past and is already gone. And that's why we're coming back, because in this present moment is when we create. Now is the time when we create. We have the power, but now we're not creating in the future, not in the past, now. And we experience in the present moment. We live in the present moment. We create. Okay, so if you don't have any questions at this present moment, but you may have some, and whenever you have a question, you know my email. You can always email me, and I'll be happy to share more. And I'm happy to stay connected with all of you. And I'll let you know when the next live meditation is. So just continue practicing every single evening for 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes. Okay, the choice is yours. You may meditate for an hour if you want, but the idea is with the 5 minutes is not to set a goal that is really high. And when we don't, let's say for some reason something arises and we cannot sit for that long, and then we either don't do it, which is not what we want, or we may do it but for a shorter period of time and we may feel bad about that. So let's start with 5 or 10 or 15 minutes. You decide for yourself, but be consistent. 5 minutes every time. So as I told you, I've been practicing for 6 years and a half, and I decided for myself. In the first year, I'll be very honest, it was really, really hard. Every single day, 1 hour in the morning, 1 in the evening. It was really challenging, but I set that goal and I did it. But before that, prior to that, I practiced meditation for shorter periods of time, and I was happy, 5, 10, 15 minutes, and I did it. So that's what we're doing here. Let's start with 5 minutes. Let's do it for 40 days. And then if you feel good about yourself and you want to do it for longer, go ahead and do so. Meditate for as long as you want. But for now, for the sake of the practice, let's stick to the same period of time and do it over and over again. So we have today's day 15, and we have about 25 more days. Love to all. Yes, thank you very much for that nice comment. Yes, love, love, love. Just keep, and when you feel good from within, that's what you start sharing, and you start spreading the love, shining from within, and you uplift, inspire others, and they become curious. What are you doing? What is this technique? Let me try it. And this is how it works. We're all connected. So now I wish you all it's 9/11, 21/11. I wish you all a peaceful evening, and keep practicing every single evening for the period of time you decided at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. in the evening, and we'll stay connected. And I'll let you know when the next live meditation is. Bye, everyone. Namaste. Keep shining from within. Bye. You're very welcome. God bless you as well. Thank you. So nice to see you guys here. I'm so happy. Together, we are meditating. Thank you, thank you, thank you for these nice comments, and just thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this for yourself. Good night. Take care. Bye.